Mr. Rose's secretary speaking. Who? I'm sorry, the lines make the most extraordinary...
I wasn't going to bother. midnight.
I'm terribly sorry. I still haven't quite managed to catch... Oh, Nigel.
Nigel Chinnery? Yes. Oh, my God.
How lovely to hear your voice. Look, fetch him.
Sir?
Quick.
In the arms of Morpheus.
Well, get him out.
He won't like me.
He will hate you if you don't. Could you say that again, Nigel? Something went wrong with the line this end. Tomorrow morning? Well, yes, why not? Do you mean this very morning that's starting now, or the one after that? Yes, we'll all be here. Well, yes, well, of course you can speak to him. Could you just hold on one moment? He's lighting his cigar, and I'm not allowed to interrupt him while he's lighting his cigar. I'll give him to you now. I've been telling you for weeks you are contractually bound to deliver the typescript of your memoirs tomorrow, which is in fact already today.
Yes, I know.
And we haven't done 10 pages of it yet.
8, to be precise.
And Nigel's in an absolute panic. Obviously, the Sunday World will cancel its contract. He'll have to cancel his contract with you.
Rose here.
So talk your way out of that.
Hello, Nigel. How nice to hear your voice. Drusilla was just telling me that you're worried about the memoirs.
Memoirs? What memoirs? Oh, you mean your book? Oh, to hell with that. Look, Charles, I'm in terrible trouble. You've got to help me to get out of it.
£10,000.
Yes?
Of your firm's money.
Yes?
All of it, none of your own.
I've just finished paying my income tax. I haven't got any of my own.
And you have to replace it by...
Thursday morning, when these frightening auditors arrive.
You couldn't get your bank to tide you over.
Well, my bank's the same as the firm's bank. How can I ask that hatchet-faced manager?
Yes, I see.
She's the same anywhere. They want an explanation. I can't possibly give an explanation.
Could you possibly give an explanation to me?
Well, this is really going to make me look an absolute nit.
When that happens, I shall avert my eyes.
Well, do you know a shop called Millionaire?
Well, it hardly sounds my kind of thing.
It's the newest thing in Sloane Street. It's the newest thing in London. It's run by the 3 most charming girls you ever met in your life.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's real pretty, isn't it?
What is it, Italian?
I don't know, I guess so. It doesn't say.
Oh.
Can you tell me where I can get some service around here?
Service?
Yeah, you know, somebody to tell me things and sell me things.
Well, I suppose I can.
Excuse me?
I'm one of the people who run this place.
And you don't know if it's Italian or not?
Caroline? Caroline might know. She does sometimes.
Hello. Oh, are you buying that?
Can you tell me, is it Italian?
Well, it looks Italian, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I should think it is, wouldn't you? Doesn't it say on the tag?
Well, I don't think there is any tag.
Oh, yes, of course, I remember. It was one of those things we smuggled in from Paris.
I told you she might know.
It's French, 18th century. Louis, whatever it was.
Cans?
Cans, why not?
Would you mind telling me how much it costs?
I've no idea.
Oh, I better get Angela. She's the one who does the prices.
I don't think it's terribly expensive. Well, of course, it is terribly expensive, but not for what it is. Angela, she's buying it. She wants to know how much it costs.
I do hate talking about money, don't you? I can't remember how much we paid for it, but it must have been 2,000 or 3,000. Say 3,000 for luck.
3,000?
That's right.
Dollars?
Guineas?
Well, one of the 3 girls, Angela Torrington, I've been going out with rather a great deal recently. You know, dinners and theatres and parties and so on. She's an absolutely marvellous girl, and, well, not to put too fine a point on it, well, to use rather an old-fashioned phrase, I've found myself falling progressively more and more in... Oh.
Sorry, darling. Black coffee, double strength, as ordered.
Thanks, John.
I'll be Mother. Do carry on.
There are times when Mother's place is in the kitchen.
Like now.
Like now, and like till I need you.
Right, Dad. Oh, our daughter wants to know...
Daughter's place is in the kitchen, too.
What, if anything, is happening about the memoirs? Today's date being what it is.
First things first. Black coffee.
Please.
Now, to continue. You are in love with the marvellous Angela. Now connect her with the missing 10,000.
Well, you see, all three of them are terribly bright girls, but Angela is the business brains of the organisation, an absolute financial wizard.
Ah.
Oh, thank you. And last Wednesday at lunch, she asked me if I could lend her rather a large sum of money.
£10,000?
Yes.
To do wizardry with.
Well, you see, she only needed it till Saturday. The point was she could pay me back on the Saturday with a profit.
Tempting.
We could both make money on the deal, you see.
Nigel, come clean. What was the deal?
Well, this is part of the problem.
May I guess?
What?
The deal was in itself somewhat illegal.
How did you know?
Like valuable objects smuggled through customs.
Well, yes.
Objet d'art.
Fabergé from Russia.
Which a little man she knew
Had managed to bring in.
But of course she had to pay cash for them very secretly.
Yes.
But she already had a buyer. An American buyer who was willing to take it all off her for cash at a considerable profit the very next Saturday.
And I'd have got my money back.
With your share of the profit.
Well, exactly.
Except that come Saturday when you reminded her...
Well, I mean, I had to, hadn't I?
She said you must be out of your mind. She didn't know what you were talking about. You'd never lent her £10,000. You'd never lent her a single penny.
Not a single penny.
So she is £10,000 up.
And I am 10,000 down.
As the deal is somewhat illegal, you can't possibly go to the police.
Well, no.
So you have lost £10,000 of your firm's money, which you have to replace by Thursday when the auditors come in, but which you cannot possibly replace.
Not possibly.
But if you don't...
The board of directors will murder me. Worse than murder, prison.
To use an expression I abhor. You are in dead stuck, aren't you?
How did you know all this already?
There was one woman, and one woman only, who used to work that trick on wealthy, well-bred suckers. I thought I'd dealt with her 20 years ago. I chased her out of the country to Switzerland.
The school itself is in the French-speaking part of Switzerland, but my teachers, of course, come from Touraine, where the best French is spoken.
Yes, of course.
She is bound to acquire perfect knowledge of the language.
Next point. Oh, will she be able to ride? She's had her own ponies at home for so long now.
Ponies are provided.
Oh, good.
In profusion. But Mrs. Arlingford, is it?
Arlingford. It's a very old family.
Arlingford, yes. We are on the wrong foot.
Oh?
We are not here so that you may interview me. We are here so that I may interview you.
But I don't understand. You're finishing
My finishing school is not merely the most exclusive in Europe. It is the most exclusive in the world. I have 100 applications for every vacancy.
Well?
Do you want your daughter to go there?
Yes.
Do you or don't you?
Yes.
Of course you do. Every mother does. In England, in France, in Germany, in Italy, in Scandinavia.
Of course. Next point?
Ah, but the point is not your next point. The point is, do I want your daughter? I'm the one who must ask the questions.
Well, I'm sure I can tell you anything you need to know.
It is your daughter herself who must tell me. Now, would you prefer to wait outside or to come back in, shall we say 1 hour?
Switzerland. I wonder if it's possible.
20 years ago. Well, I mean, it can't possibly have been Angela. I mean, she was only so high.
I was thinking of a different possibility.
I just can't believe that Angela's a criminal even now. I mean, she really is the most marvellous girl.
The Countess Narinska was the most marvellous woman.
Countess?
20 years ago. But criminal.
Do you suppose Angela simply had a loss of memory?
No.
Amnesia?
You don't think so either.
Oh, not when it's 10,000.
That reminds me.
Huh? Where are you going?
Drusilla,
Ah, and now may I have my office?
would you make out a cheque for £10,000 payable to Nigel Chinnery?
What?
It's a day for gestures.
Oh, you mean you're giving him back the advance?
No,
But-
the gesture's motiveless.
But what on earth has he done to deserve £10,000?
Quite.
The King's waterman in my earlier and happier days was a famous character called Bossy Phelps.
Yes, I know. Why?
I may take to addressing you as Phelps. The cheque.
Charles, I can't let you do this. It's too good.
It suits my purpose.
But it's too much.
It's exactly right.
What?
It is exactly the sum paid to me as an advance on the Sunday World contract. I've never dared use the money in case one day I should find myself in breach of contract.
Like
today, I am in breach.
Ah, yes. Now, I want to talk to you
Now,
about that.
I shall recover your money from your Miss Torrington.
Well, I do hope so.
But it'll keep me so busy that I shall have no time to finish my memoirs. You see how it all hangs together.
Yes.
Thank you, Drusilla.
Charles?
It is Sunday. You have till Thursday. Now, I will sign this check the moment I have your assurance that the Sunday World will extend its deadline by 3 calendar months.
Right.
Well, that's one problem solved.
But why did you, if I am allowed to ask?
Would you fetch John from the kitchen?
Are you going to tell us all?
No.
Anything?
No, I simply want to use you.
As when not?
To help me track down the only old enemy with whom I found myself progressively falling in love.
No. Do you want to come to my finishing school in Switzerland?
No.
Has it not struck you that it might be better than staying at home with Mummy on the one side and ponies on the other?
Oh, anything's better than that. All right, I'll come.
I don't know if I want you yet. Stand up.
Why?
I said stand up. Turn around. You are beautiful. At least you can be.
Look, I don't want to be beautiful.
The question is, are you sufficiently antisocial?
What does that mean?
You know as well as I do what it means, and nobody knows better than I do.
You think you can reform me?
No.
Look, I'm a hopeless case. That's why she wants to send me to your place, so that she can say she's done her best. She spent the earth trying to do something about me.
I am a specialist at hopeless cases.
That's what they all say. And all it does is prove her right. Look, it's perfectly true. I'm just no good. It's not her fault. It's mine. And that's what she wants to prove.
Well, you know, the good thing about me is that I like you no good.
The car awaits your pleasure. Where do you want to go?
Would you say that I look like a wealthy, well-bred sucker?
Of a certain type, yes. Is that the answer you wanted?
Perhaps I'm wrong.
Impossible, said he, loyally.
Perhaps a younger sucker.
Who, me?
Perhaps a female sucker.
There is no file on Countess Narenska, not a single piece of paper, not a word.
The one romantic gesture of my whole life.
What?
I pursued her relentlessly.
That sounds more like you.
Till I came to realize by degrees that I was pursuing her because I loved her. Escape me never, beloved, I cried.
And did she?
She always had unbreakable alibis.
Do you mean people lied to protect her?
The very best people.
But why?
Out of love, perhaps. I did the one thing I could do. I told her should she ever return to this country, I would make it my business to get her 10 years in jail, if only for a parking offense.
Look, it doesn't have to be her this time. Someone else could have reinvented the same trick.
Once might be a coincidence. We shall have to see what happens the second time. And the third time. Well, suckers?
You told me to come at 12.
I'm between appointments with British mummies. How I hate British mummies.
Any recruits?
Perhaps one. What news of Nigel Chinnery?
None.
Oh, he hasn't even telephoned you yet.
Well, not since last night.
Oh, so he spent Sunday in a terrible mad panic.
Contemplating suicide or South America?
By now, he has run to his hero, Charles Rose.
Of course.
At any moment now, Rose will move into action. Let us decide what will be his first action.
But I don't understand what we're supposed to do. We go to this shop,
Dressed in our prettiest party frocks.
and you want me to spend £10,000?
Oh, no, Drusilla. I want you to lose £10,000.
Hello.
Hello.
They cost the earth. I'd get someone else to pay for them if I were you.
I wish I could.
Don't I know you?
I was wondering.
Party somewhere. No, it's not that. I never remember people from parties.
It's long ago.
Yes, long time ago. Oh, my God, you're captain of lacrosse.
Oh, no, vice captain.
And a prefect, and we all thought you were marvellous.
Oh, really?
Well, they admired your lacrosse. I just admired your legs.
Susan Porcher. Yeah, what did Miss Grantham call you? Rebellious Susan?
And you're Drusilla Love.
Yes.
Well, if we had a drink, we could have a drink to
Oh,
celebrate.
super.
Who's that?
I've no idea.
Oh, I like that. Wait here, I'll be back. Oh, shoot. Caroline's got him.
Can I help you?
I shouldn't think so.
Well, it'll be fun trying.
Yes.
What were you looking for?
Almost anything.
Any special kind of anything?
It's just that I get this urge to go out and buy something. I don't know what. For a girl.
Well, what's the girl like?
I don't even know what girl.
Difficult.
But I simply have to buy something for someone. Could I buy you something?
Like what?
Like dinner.
Nirenska. Nirenska. No, I can't spell it in German. I refuse to spell it in German. You know perfect... Sie wissen perfectly gut. Ich sprechen English also gut wie ich. Now, look, dear boy, out of old friendship, all I want to know is what has happened to Countess Nirenska, if anything? Where is she and what is she up to at the moment? Ah, thank you, Karl. I'm very grateful. Yes, I'll wait till I hear from you. Goodbye. What? Oh, very well. Auf Wiedersehen.
Yes, please, would you try it again? It is very urgent.
Rose here.
Ah, Charles, I've talked to the Sunday World, and they're willing to give you an extension of a month. Well, anyway, 4 weeks.
No, not good enough. I want 3 months.
But Charles, be reasonable.
3 months, not merely calendar months, or no check. My dear Nigel, it may take that long. It all depends what speed my troops are making.
Well, there's big and expensive.
No.
And there's small and expensive. And then there's small and cheap, but full of the most fascinating people.
I think small and expensive.
Done.
And we can be the fascinating people.
Lunch tomorrow, then.
Oh, super.
Come here and pick me up.
Oh, I hardly dare come in here again, or I shall run mad and buy something.
Darling, you mustn't dream of it.
There's so much I want to have.
Well, wait till you marry a Greek ship owner or something.
Yes, I suppose so.
I tell you what we do. It's much simpler. We just borrow things.
What do you mean?
Take them, wear them, and put them back the next day. Why not? They don't spoil with wearing.
Well, no, of course not.
It's one of our perks.
How super for you.
You can do it if you like.
Me?
Oh, darling, I remember you well. The only honest girl in the school.
But,
you know, when you're going to a party and you want to look rather special.
I am, actually, going to a party tonight.
Well, what do you want?
7 o'clock, then.
See you.
I must find out about that one.
Really? Oh, he's not my type. A bit beefcake, don't you think?
Anyway, they pretended not to know each other.
Naturally.
And did it rather well.
I might have guessed. It was cleverer than coming in as friends, and it doubles the possibilities.
Anyway, she's gone off with a diamond necklace.
Worth?
Oh, our price would be, say, £10,000?
Good.
Susan helped her choose it,
Clever Susan.
and she'll take great care of it.
Oh, sure she will.
And bring it back tomorrow, safe and sound.
Sante? And John Halifax.
Oh, he's taking Caroline out to dinner.
Ah, preparation for stage 3. I think you ought to go out to dinner, too.
Who with?
Nigel Chinnery.
Oh, why?
Go on, ring him up now in your sweetest voice. We must check on everyone to make sure what they are doing.
And who is going to check on Mr. Rose?
Ah, I shall do that myself when the time comes.
Nigel? Angela? Oh, darling, how are you? I've been so worried about you. Are you feeling better? Oh, good. Darling, I wondered if we might meet. This evening?
Beautiful. What's it worth?
10,000.
Good.
Well, that's what you said, so I deliberately chose one worth that much.
Clever Drusilla.
I had to sign a receipt for it.
Of course.
Just a formality, darling. We always do it ourselves.
Very important formality. Now we must put it away in the safe.
Oh, well, I am, in fact, going to a party tonight.
Where?
The Muxworthys.
How odd of you. Why?
Well, I accepted so I wouldn't have to tell a lie in the shop. I mean, I do so hate lying, except when I know what it's for. So since I am actually going to the party...
Oh, no, Drusilla, it's far too good for the Muxworthys. Besides, you mustn't lose it tonight. You have to lose it tomorrow.
Do you think White late to start? Darling, you're not still being strange, are you?
What? Oh, no, good heavens, no. Why?
You're behaving strangely.
Oh, am I?
It's why I wanted to see you, to ask you.
To ask me?
Have you remembered yet what you really did with that money?
No.
I think you simply had a loss of memory.
I suppose so.
Amnesia.
Yes.
You don't still believe that you gave it to me?
No.
So what are you going to do about it? To find out what you really did do with it?
Nothing.
Oh, but darling, you must do something. Isn't there anyone who could help?
Well,
Oh, look who's here.
Who?
Hello, darling.
Hello, darling.
I wonder who she's with.
I've no idea.
It's rather splendid.
Huh? Bit butch, wouldn't you say?
What you want? You like aperitif?
Yet again?
2 large vodkas and tonic.
Slimline tonic?
For me, please.
Right away.
Who's the darling?
Angela.
Yes.
I don't know who she's with, though. Do you?
No idea.
Oh, yes, I do. Of course, it's Nigel Chinnery, the publisher. He's sweet.
Rather weedy, wouldn't you say? Still, I suppose it doesn't matter for publishers.
Not for you.
Well, I'm not weedy. I'm greedy.
Greedy for what?
For you. I want to eat you for dinner tonight. And tomorrow night. And the night after that.
I hoped that was what you wanted.
Oh, well, it was nice having it, even if I never wore it.
Are you sure the necklace is still inside?
Well, of course.
Double check.
Yes, it is, look.
Ah, now you know what you have to do.
You told me.
What?
Nothing at all.
That's right.
I only wish you'd tell me why. Mr. Rosie's secretary speaking. Oh, just a moment, please. It's Bern.
Bern who?
Bern, Switzerland.
Ah, yes, I'll take it. Ah, Rose here. Hello, Carl. What news? Was Neues?
Car's ready.
Oh, let's go.
Yes.
Last instruction from the master.
Is
Yeah.
he finally going to explain?
Thank you, Carl. Many thanks. Vielen Dank. I'll do the same for you one day. Auf Wiedersehen. What it is to have the gift of tongue.
We are lost in admiration.
Drusilla, would you get me Commissaire Perrier at the Sûreté in Paris? Paris, France.
Well, I am in rather a hurry.
Then you'll get me the call with unusual speed. John. John, you know what
Could
you
I have
have
a
to
personal call to Paris?
Drive Miss Lamb to the vicinity of the shop in question, arrange a suitable RV for afterwards, wait for her there in a soldier-like manner, drive her back here with all possible speed.
Correct.
And when do I do something that makes a positive contribution?
This evening, I should think.
This evening, I am dining with a beautiful bird called Caroline.
Exactly.
Merci beaucoup. They're going to call you back in a moment. Look, do come on. I
Thank you.
mustn't be late.
Right.
Good luck. Rose here. Allô, Commissaire Perrier. What? Je veux parler à Commissaire Perrier. P-E-R-R-I-E-R. No, I can't spell it in French. Here, hold on a moment. Drusilla! Hello. P-A-R. Perrier. Like the water.
Oh, it was gorgeous. I looked like the Queen of Sheba.
Anytime you want to again.
I can't thank you enough.
All right, you can pay for lunch.
Oh, please, I'd like to.
So long as you don't tell Angela. She's in charge and she wouldn't really approve. Oh. Hello. Angela. This is Drusilla Lamb, Angela Torrington.
How do you do?
Buying something?
No, just looking.
We'll have a lovely time looking.
Thank you.
Doesn't really matter. It's just that she gets rather prefectish sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Well, we'll just put it back in the showcase. But why didn't you tell me you'd lost it? Darling, I don't even think it's insured. You'll have to pay for it, that's all. I mean, what else can we do?
So, while your back was turned, Susan whipped away the full case and replaced it with an empty one.
An identical one.
She was ready for you.
My back was only turned for a moment. She didn't have the time.
She had the training, I imagine, from Countess Narenska.
But how could Susan?
We must find out if Susan was ever in Paris.
Why Paris?
My friends, the Swiss police, told me that the Countess left Switzerland 15 years ago and settled in Paris. Ah, yes, it's all going very well.
You mean it's all right for Nigel to lose £10,000 and then for me to lose £10,000?
I have prepared a cold collation for the victim and myself to make up for the lunch she missed.
I can't eat.
What did you say about the money to Susan?
I just said I'd see what I could do.
Splendid, you acted as I would have wished.
Acted? I wasn't acting.
And what did the rebellious Susan say?
That she must have the money tomorrow.
Ah, well, give the child her lunch.
Let's go back to your place.
Or to your place.
I haven't got a place.
Where do you live, then?
From hand to mouth, from friend to friend.
Tricky.
Economical.
Oh, aren't you rich?
Very rich. All the rich are economical.
Right, then. My place.
What a good idea.
I share it with 2 other girls.
How?
Why, oh?
I never was one for orgies.
They're both out till very, very late.
Oh. In a totally different tone of voice.
I'm not going to share you with anyone.
Honestly, Charles, honestly, the best I can get out of them is 2 months. They won't agree to a moment more.
3 months. I won't agree to a moment less.
They can't do it, Charles.
Then I can't either.
You mean?
I mean, persuade them. Use your silver tongue.
I have.
It's Tuesday night. You have 36 hours before the auditors come in. Try again.
But
In the meantime, to show Willie, Drusilla and I have completed and typed an entire chapter of my memoirs. I'd like you to read it and give me your opinion. And if you think fit, show it to the Sunday world.
Are you out of your mind?
We've known each other for years. We were all at finishing school together.
In Switzerland?
Near Lausanne.
Must have been a great school.
Run by a wonderful woman called Madame de Merteuil.
Oh, I like the sound of her.
Yes, you'd have liked the look of her, too.
Not better than yours.
Dan.
Sorry. My briefcase.
What on earth did you bring that for?
I always forget it somewhere. Then I ring up everywhere the next day and find out where I've been.
Oh, would you like some coffee?
You say you know best.
Coffee.
Yes, please.
I take simply hours to make it, so, amuse yourself.
I'll try. White.
Sugar.
Hmm?
Sugar.
I love you, too.
£10,000.
From the safe in their flat.
Caroline didn't see you.
She was out making coffee for an unnaturally long time.
Well done.
I did well what may be the worst night's work I have done in my life.
But these are new notes.
Yes.
Not the ones you gave Angela.
I gave her used one. She especially asked.
Well, of course, new notes can be traced.
That's why I said
You may be right. Let us hope
that I'm wrong.
that you're right. I'll go. Rose here. Yes, he is. Would you hold on a moment? John, it's for you.
Me?
Caroline.
What? Now, how did she know I'm... Hello?
John, why did you take the money from the safe? Oh, but you must have done. It was in there when Angela went out, and when she came back, it wasn't. Darling, it can't have been anyone but you. You were the only person who came here. I'm sorry, there's no question about it. None at all.
Yeah, but I.
And, darling, Angela's just been telling me all about you. I mean, you're a criminal. You've been to prison. Yes, well, unless you give us all the money back, Yes, of course. I mean, we'd have to, you see.
Yes, I understand. What? How much? Yes, I understand.
She wants it back.
Or the police.
The 10,000.
She says there was more than that in the safe.
What?
She says there was 20,000. She wants 20,000 back, or the police.
One of the Countess's favorite tricks. How it all comes back.
Oh, what's happening? I can't sleep.
To put it in a nutshell, Nigel lost 10,000. Then you, now John. My turn next. Isn't that splendid?
Where is he?
He's in there.
Doing what?
The Times crossword puzzle.
Still.
Still.
I'll crash in.
He is not to be disturbed until he has finished the Times crossword puzzle.
Sometimes it takes him hours.
Oh, yes.
Sometimes he doesn't finish it at all.
Nevertheless.
Does he realize what a jam he's got us into?
I suppose so.
I have to find £10,000 today, or I get put in the nick. And you have to find...
Another 10,000.
Oh, you get put in the nick, too?
Yes.
Well, what's he doing about it?
Drusilla, my classical education is slipping. Castor, and who's the other one?
Pollux.
Pollux, of course. Thank you.
Unless you believe in the Robert Graves version.
No.
It looks like the Nick.
Yes. Coffee?
Black.
Black as Egypt's night.
Nigel's back.
That's all it needed.
Charles! Where's Charles?
He's in there.
I've done it. Everything's going to be all right.
What? Done it.
I'm so glad.
Ah, hello, Nigel.
Charles, I spoke to the editor-in-chief himself, and he's agreed to an extension of 3 calendar months.
Then all our problems are solved.
Yes.
You'd like to collect your reward?
Well,
The cheque is in my drawer.
yes, I thought you'd be pleased.
I always knew you had it in you.
The cheque.
Thank you, Drusilla.
Charles.
I've changed my mind.
What?
You shall have it in cash. There is 10,000 in here, I think you said, John.
But I have to give that back.
Fair. Nigel lent Angela 10,000 in cash. Return with thanks.
Well,
So now I have
Did
to find
I smell coffee?
well, of course.
Coffee, he says. Now look, I
Of course I can't. It's
I have to find...
John, Caroline told you last night that all 3 girls were at a finishing school,
Yes.
run by a Madame de Mateuil.
Yes.
She told you that so that you could tell me.
I imagine...
You know, the one advantage of the new format of the Times is that the personal column is next to the crossword.
It is.
The eye strays and picks up interesting facts. Such as Madame de Mattei at Claridge's interviewing candidates for her finishing school.
Oh, yes.
Drusilla, would you be kind and telephone her for me? Ask her if she'll see me at 12 o'clock. Oh, no, I think we'd better make it 12:30. We've got a good half hour's work to do before we leave.
Doing what?
Adding some finishing touches to that chapter of my memoirs.
I must make one thing quite clear, Mrs. Hornsby. It is not the mother I wish to interview so much as the daughter.
But surely that's a little unusual.
Help me to know what the mother is like. Oh, excuse me.
Of course.
Don't fidget me. Oh, Mummy.
Yes? Yes, I will speak to her. Madame de Merteuil speaking. Oh, yes. Yes, at 12:30. I shall be delighted.
I never know what he thinks.
She will be delighted.
Ah, thank you, Drusilla. Do hope she hasn't changed any more than I have.
Mr. Rose. Mr. Rose.
Madame.
Are you a parent?
No.
Then why do you wish to see me?
To answer that, may I go back into history?
If you wish.
20 years ago, there lived in London a woman called the Countess Norenska.
Oh, yes.
Russian by birth, perhaps. She might equally well have been Polish, Hungarian. Her title was as shadowy as her background.
Why are you telling me this?
She was very beautiful. I fell in love with her.
Ah.
She was a trickster and a criminal. I sought to catch her and put her into jail.
And did you succeed?
No. But I chased her out of the country to Switzerland.
20 years ago.
5 years later, she left Switzerland and settled in Paris.
And then?
Madame de Mattei, how long is it since you started your finishing school near Lausanne?
You mean that I...
Dear Madame, dear Countess, my compliments. You've changed hardly at all. As beautiful as ever.
Mr. Rose, I shall not be angry with you. I shall merely wish you a good day.
Yes, madame.
Mr. Rose is leaving. Will you show him out?
Yes.
May I have one more word?
If you wish.
You know me as well as I know you.
I have never seen you before in my life.
20 years ago.
Mr. Rose, you are the victim of a delusion of fantasy.
No.
And so I'm sorry for you. But I must tell you, if you are thinking of slandering me,
Not slandering, libeling.
Oh, how?
I'm writing my memoirs for publication in the press and thereafter in book form.
Forgive me. You were a...
Police officer.
I had imagined.
One of the chapters tells the story of Countess Norenska, who under another name.
Mr. Rose, you are completely mad.
May I read you the opening paragraph? Countess Norenska, the greatest trickster of her time, is none other than Madame de Mattei, who recruits the delinquent daughters of the idle rich and trains them in the tricks which she herself practiced for so long, and with such success. The style needs polishing, but the sense is there.
You are completely mad. Or this is just a case of mistaken identity.
It is neither.
And I must tell you that if you publish those words, I shall sue you for more money than you have ever heard of.
The jackpot.
The jackpot, yes. So, if you wish, go ahead and publish. I do not want any cause at the moment. Oh, all right, put her on. It is for you, your secretary. It is urgent.
Hello? Hello, it's Drusilla. I hope I'm in time to stop you making a fool of yourself. Look, your friend Perrier has just been on from Paris. He says that Countess Norenska died in Paris 10 years ago. Well, she's buried there. He swears this is true. There is no possibility of a mistake. Countess Norenska is quite dead. Am I in time
Thank you, Drusilla.
Well, Mr. Rose?
What does he say?
He proposes to continue his after-lunch rest for at least another hour.
But he can't, he mustn't.
Meantime, we are to make telephone calls.
What? Why?
Believe it or not, we are having a party tonight.
To celebrate losing £30,000.
Apparently, yes. Champagne, canapes, a cold buffet to be provided by me.
Who are to be the guests?
You are to invite your friend Susan.
Friend?
I am to invite my friend Caroline. Friend? Nigel is to invite his friend Angela. Friend?
And Charles?
And Sir himself is to invite the greatest friend of all.
Oh, he's just playing for time. What's the good of it?
Well, we may as well go to prison on champagne.
George!
What's the good of it?
Something's been troubling me all day.
Oh, really?
What did you mean this morning when you talked about the Robert Graves version?
Well, in his version of the Greek myths, he doesn't talk about Castor and Pollux. He talks about Castor and Polydeuces. Don't ask me why. He knows more about Greek myths than I do.
Thank you, John. Thank you very much. I'm really very grateful.
Oh, any way I can help. Except money.
One other question. What is the best alibi one could possibly have?
Being somewhere else.
I mean, given one was lucky enough to be born with one.
Oops, sorry.
Darling, you mustn't pour it so
Oh,
fast.
faster and faster as the night goes on.
You're looking so much better. Is it just the champagne?
Everything's turned out to be perfectly all right.
You mean the money?
Yes,
You've remembered what you really did with it?
yes.
And you found it again?
I've got it back
Oh,
from the person I lent it to.
but how marvellous.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Cheers.
Marvellous party, darling.
I'm glad you like it.
A bit short of men, perhaps.
Darling, that is hardly the point of it.
Though one more glass of this and I shall walk straight over there and take that one away from Caroline.
Oh, why don't you? I'm sure he'd enjoy the fight.
You'll see.
Oh, Charles himself. Now, he's quite a catch, all that money.
Yes, he's sweet, but darling, he's hardly...
What is hardly? Nothing's hardly. Tonight is hardly a night for hardly.
She was saying that you were sweet.
I am sweetness personified.
Oh. Darling, sweetness apart, you have got the money, haven't you?
Don't worry.
It's not that I worry, it's just that I must have it tonight.
Yes, well, there it is.
I suppose the sight of the safe was too much for you?
That's right.
The old urge.
Women and safes. I just can't keep my hands off them.
Darling, you are going to give it me back, aren't you? Before I leave.
Have no fear. At least have no more fear than I have.
I'll go. Our guest of honor.
I presume that your lady boss is
Madame, how good of you to come.
Bonsoir.
May I take hold?
Thank you.
I do hope your being here is a sign of forgiveness.
I'm ready to forgive.
How kind you are. Some of my guests you know already, the others perhaps only by name. Now, before you meet your former pupils one by one, may I lead you to your own private bottle of champagne?
What a marvellous looking woman.
Yes.
Who is she?
Darling, she taught us everything we know.
Welcome again.
Thank you again.
And my renewed apologies for my behavior this morning. It was, after all, a case of mistaken identity.
As I guessed.
But I did not guess till this afternoon.
When you realized it could not possibly be me.
Not possibly. The Countess Narenska died in Paris 10 years ago, without a doubt.
And so you are not going to publish?
Ah, that woman I loved so much. I sat thinking of her this afternoon and how she always managed to elude my clutches, thanks to her unbreakable alibis. And suddenly the solution flashed into my mind, just as it does with the crossword puzzle.
What solution?
May I read the opening of that paragraph again? Countess Narenska, the greatest trickster of her time, was the twin sister, the identical twin sister of Madame de Mattei.
Jumelle?
Twins. Like Castor and Polydeuces.
Prove it to me.
Prove it, I'm willing to spend more money than you've ever heard of.
Or instead, may I buy that chapter off you?
Please do, it is for sale.
What is the price?
Cancellation of all debts,
Agreed.
all grudges, all revenges, and £10,000 to my favourite charity.
Agreed.
Oh, one further condition. Enjoy the party.
Yes, Charles.
Three glasses broken.
Only 3.
I suppose it's satisfactory.
In every respect but one.
What's that?
I shall never know for certain which twin it was that died, and which that... Ah, me, I'm getting old.